Hello everyone, I am Sir the Awesome, and I'm back, and I'm ready to look at some more r/InsaneParents. But before I get started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if I can convince you, perhaps this picture of my kitten hunting will convince you. Without further ado, let's get into this. So his first post here says, just casually slip that information, but I'm sure a chiro could fix it. And this person here says, is anyone a chiro or a physical therapist in this group? Or do you have experience taking your babies to them? I noticed an issue with my son's left shoulder this morning, and he's been struggling holding his head and body up in tummy time. It's actually really stressing me out. Does this look fixable? Also, my mom dropped him on his side a few weeks ago, and now I'm really afraid that he dislocated his shoulder. Any advice is welcome. Have you ever considered maybe taking your kid to a doctor? Cause that sounds like a thing for a doctor to do, like an actual licensed doctor, not a chiropractor. I'm gonna probably give this like a special out of 50. Please, take your kid to a doctor, not a chiropractor. Chiropractors are not licensed professionals. And this next post here says, I don't get home from work until like 7:45, 8 p.m. depending on traffic. I used to shower in the morning before school, but that would wake up my dad too, so when the heck am I supposed to shower? And this person here says, sorry, I can hear you out here. Can you quiet down? Dada is gonna start pounding the wall. We both need to shower before he goes to bed. He says it keeps him up. We have to try and be quiet after 8 p.m. He is a light sleeper. I was going to shower 7:30, but he said he was going to bed and got mad if I showered, so I didn't. So, now me and you have got to take our showers before 8 p.m., okay? Okay, for this one, I'm probably gonna give this like a 35 out of 50. I mean, this one kind of seems like it's got a bit of a workaround. Maybe your dad could probably wear like earplugs or something like that. And I guess if he doesn't want to, well, he's gonna kind of have to deal with you taking a shower before or after 8 p.m. And in all honesty, this kind of seems more like a thing of, yeah, he kind of maybe needs to understand that, you know, you don't get home until like 8 p.m. so can't take a shower until after 8 p.m. or something like that. And this next post here says, found these while sorting through my old documents yesterday. My mom disowning me 2 weeks into my first semester of college because I changed my preferred name / pronouns on my way to university account. And this person here says, to whom it may concern, in light of my daughter's decision regarding her sexual orientation and gender identity, which I wholeheartedly do not agree with, I no longer wish to financially support or have continuous contact with her. This has long been an argument between us, and I have no desire to acknowledge her lifestyle choices or attempt to negotiate with her any further. Thank you. And this person here goes on to say,
hope you don't have an emergency. Phone goes off tomorrow. Also, I held off sending this when I originally wrote it, but here you go. My initial text was going to double check to make sure the line you have drawn in the sand is still the route that you are wanting.
Well, how is this a line in the sand necessarily? That's what I want to know. Anyways, this person here goes on to say,
but in rereading your text, there is no need to ask. You have made it abundantly clear. Therefore, I am contacting the loan servicing entity, Navient, to inform them not to disperse any further Parent Plus loans.
Why? Just why? And OP here says, to whom it may concern, my relationship with my mother has been complicated since I was very young, but has become non-existent following my coming out as transgender during my first semester of college. I have endured emotional, verbal, and sometimes even physical abuse at the hands of my mother for as long as I can remember, but it escalated significantly in late 2013 when I was outed to her as gay. Throughout high school, she kicked me out and rendered me homeless multiple times. She also drained the $1,000 I had left in my savings account, forcing me to rely on friends and coworkers for a place to sleep, food, and transportation to school and work. I was frequently belittled, punished, and isolated due to her views on my sexuality, gender expression and identity, and mental illness, in addition to minuscule conflicts such as dishes not being done on time and not having finished my laundry in a timely manner. I began my first semester of college at blank in August of 2017. Soon after I moved in, I was outed to my mother as transgender when she found out I changed my name and my pronouns on my school account. She again took the $600 remaining in my savings account and left me with just $24 alone in Manhattan. For most of the semester, I didn't even have enough money for toothpaste, and once I contracted scarlet fever because I was unable to afford medications to treat the multiple, infections I had. I began working, but my schedule was limited hours and made me very little, but this allowed me to begin paying off my phone bill after my mother cut off my phone services and reported my cell phone stolen. Finally, she canceled the Parent Plus loan that was financing much of my tuition, leaving me unable to afford to continue attending PACE into the second semester. And OP here goes on to say, as I couldn't find the means to finance my education on my own, I decided to withdraw from blank over the winter break. I knew that in blank, I had the job that I had previously held for nearly 2 years to have to return to, longtime friends that were willing to help in any way they could, and a lower cost of living. When I returned in January of 2018, I occupied a friend's living room until I was able to afford to share a larger apartment with a roommate. I was, and still am, fluctuating between 2 to 4 jobs and financially supporting myself entirely independently. Seeing as I have little contact with my parents and am currently financially independent at this point, I believe it would be in my best interest to be able to independently manage my own financial information going forward. I understand that some sort of official documentation is generally a part of requesting a dependency override, but I unfortunately have none to provide as my high school cannot locate my McKinney-Vento paperwork that was filled out in April of 2017. I have, however, obtained statements from my high school counselor and psychologist, both of whom are familiar with my situation to help collaborate my statement. Yeah, for this one here, I'm gonna give this a special out of 50. Why? Why would these people do that? Oh sure, because your child is gay. Really, people? It's none of your business. And also just remember, your child is not an extension of you. I think with that, that's gonna do it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.